بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته and a very warm welcome to you once again to our pre-iftar program for Siyam Hatta Tahrir, fasting until liberation of Masjid al-Aqsa. We sincerely ask for your du'as, for your suggestions, and hope that the fasting initiative is going strong and passionate on your side, and week by week drawing more people in, inshallah, so that we can take this program to the next level. Our message for this evening, pre-iftar nasiha, comes to us from a senior from Cape Town, the Honorable Sheikh Ibrahim Gabriels, who is the president of the Al-Quds Foundation here in South Africa.
That the Westerners, the Europeans, the British, they came to our countries, they called it the Middle East, and they had the audacity to take a pencil to draw the border lines and say, no, you are Jordan, and this is Syria, and this is Iraq, and this small country is Kuwait, and this small country is Qatar, and the list goes on. So what has happened for the last 100 years for the Ummah? No, I'm a Jordanian. I'm not a Palestinian. I'm a Jordanian. I'm a Syrian. So this is not my issue. That is the issue of the Palestinians. Masjid al-Aqsa is not our issue. Astaghfirullah. That is what has happened to the Ummah. Most of the Ummah is not involved because it's not our issue. It's the Palestinians' issue. Astaghfirullah. Dr. Khalid Owaisi, when somebody said that we are going to give support to the Palestinians, he said, how can you say I'm going to give support to my issue? It is your issue. Don't say we're going to support the Palestinians. Masjid al-Aqsa in Palestine is the issue of each and every Muslim. And now Friday the Jummah, last Friday the Jummah, I told my Jama'ah important a story that Dr. Khalid Owaisi told us when he was in Joburg or in Durban or in Cape Town, a public function, a normal function, every function. He said that 8 years ago, I walked into Masjid al-Aqsa with my little son, and we walked past the Palestinian ladies, and they were reading the Quran, and this Israeli soldier insulted them and swear at them. And sometimes these Zionists swear and speak ugly about our beloved Nabi Muhammad. So this young girl of 16 years old, she couldn't take it anymore, and she grabbed a handful of dust off the ground and she threw it in his face. And he, in return, he came and he ran and he jumped on this girl. And he was biting with his teeth. Dr. Khalid says, like a vicious dog, it's a villa hond. Can you try to picture? And he left his son and he ran to go and help. But that's the point when he cried every time. He said, that day I felt ashamed of the Ummah of Rasulullah. I was saying to myself, is this happening to us as Muslims? And we are the 2 billion Muslims. Huh? Subhanallah. So inshallah, we have taken and we've heard the words of Dr. Khalid, and it is time for us now to unite the Ummah. The time is over now to say, no, that is Shafi and that is Hanafi, and he's a Sufi, and he's from the Tabligh Jama'ah. Hulle is van ons nie. Hulle is van Tabligh Jama'ah and hulle is van die Salafi Jama'ah. That time is over. That time is over. Even in Cape Town or all over the world, we say, no, that's a black Muslim, and he's a Malay Muslim, and he's an Indian Muslim, and he's a white Muslim. We are all Muslimin. There are no barriers of color and creed in Islam. يا أيها الناس إنا خلقناكم من ذكر وأنثى وجعلناكم شعوبا وقبائل لتعارفوا. O mankind, we have created you in different nations and different tribes so that you can recognize one another and respect one another. Not to look down upon anybody that has got a different color. Our beloved Nabi Muhammad said on Arafah, La fadla li Arabihim ala a'jami. There's no preference for an Arab above a non-Arab. And no non-Arab is better than an Arab. And no white man is better than a black man or a black man. Amal is itself, everybody is the same. The only difference is your closeness to Allah. That is the difference. Your piety, your beautiful character, your obedience to Allah. So the time has come for us, and we must use this platform every week when we go to different masajid to start this campaign that the Muslims must unite their hearts. We can't, I'm saying again, people are fighting over little things. So whether a person makes salah like this, or the person makes salah like this, at the same, he's still a Muslim. Whether you celebrate the Barang with Makkah or celebrate setting of the moon, you're a Muslim. The time that we fight over, these type of things is over. This is the time now to unite our hearts for the liberation of Masjid al-Aqsa. Subhanallah. And Allah is asking the question, وَمَا لَكُمْ? What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? وَمَا لَكُمْ لَا تُقَاتِلُونَ فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ وَالْمُسْتَضْعَفِينَ مِنَ الرِّجَالِ وَالنِّسَاءِ وَالْوِلْدَانِ الَّذِينَ يَقُولُونَ رَبَّنَا أَخْرِجْنَا مِنْ هَذِهِ الْقَرْيَةِ الظَّالِمِ أَهْلُهَا وَاجْعَلْ لَنَا مِنْ لَدُنْكَ وَلِيًّا وَاجْعَلْ لَنَا مِنْ لَدُنْكَ نَصِيرًا. What is wrong with you? Allah is saying to all of us. Nobody is excluded. What is wrong with you? Why don't you stand up for justice? Whilst there are, what Allah saying? Whilst there are men and women and children crying out for help. And the Palestinian women and men and children are crying out for years. 2 years ago, when they were shooting and bombing and shooting gas canisters and rubber bullets and sometimes live bullets in Masjid al-Aqsa. There's one of our mothers in Palestine said, Ayn al-Arab? We are the Arabs. Ayn al-Shurafa? We are the decent people of the world. We are the Muslims. They are crying out. Exactly how Allah says. A young boy in Gaza, he came to one of the ulama. He said, Ya Sheikh, oh Sheikh, Alam yakulillah. Don't Allah say in the Quran, إِنَّمَا الْمُؤْمِنُونَ إِخْوَةً. All the mu'minin are brothers and sisters one another. The Sheikh said, yes, Allah says. He said, we are our brothers and sisters of the world. Huh? So inshallah, may Allah grant us hear from Ra's al-Salih, the Cape of Good Hope. There is going to be good hope and good work that we're going to do here for the liberation of Masjid al-Aqsa in Palestine. Amin ya Rabbal Alameen. And may Allah subhanahu grant us, like Dr. Khalid advised us, that we speak about Baytul Maqdis. That's another name for Masjid al-Aqsa and Al-Quds, Baytul Maqdis. And he wanted us to use that name because it is mentioned in the words of Rasulullah, Baytul Maqdis. He says we need to speak about Baytul Maqdis every day. Dr. Khalid, I'm just reminding everybody that Dr. Khalid said, when the World Cup was here in 2010, Coca-Cola had an advertisement, eat and drink and sleep, not football, because it was a football World Cup, but that was just the advertisement. Huh? So he says we must eat and drink and sleep Baytul Maqdis. And he also reminded us, whether you believe it or not, Coca-Cola is one of those companies that sponsor and buy weaponry and bullets to shoot our people. So the Buddhas were so believers for Coca-Cola. That is part of the struggle. Part of the struggle. When we took Sheikh Kamal Khatib to Kruger National Park, and there was a family in Nelspruit that went with us. So they bought us lunch and bought drinks. And a young girl of 8 years old, she was drinking just a little bit of the Coca-Cola, and we told her about Coca-Cola. She took the rest of the Coca-Cola and threw it in the dirt bin. That is how pure children are. When it comes to these issues, they act immediately. En by die manne wat roek, you are supporting the company and the countries that has given Palestine to the Israelis. You know who's the suppliers of cigarettes now? The British American Tobacco Company. Nou hoor net weer gewoon, kan jy sien hoe hoek is dit dan? Nou gaan we even zoeken zien. British American Tobacco Company. When I was in London in 1994, I met a young man, Omar. He said to me, Sheikh, when I saw on TV what they are doing to our Palestinian brothers and sisters, I quit smoking immediately. Now that is what the spirit that this ummah needs. Great sacrifices for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.